David Axelrod, I have to interrupt you because there's a guy from Chicago who's just kind of barged in here. I'm going to put him aside, but Bill Murray, you know, I told people there might be a surprise guest tonight. Do you mind if we finish talking about Elizabeth Warren and Hillary Clinton?
Elizabeth Warren?
Yeah.
Get to that now.
If that is, I think, it looks like Bill Murray. Is that Bill Murray over there? Yeah, that's Bill Murray. We'll be back.
Oh, no way. That was the best part. That was comedian Bill Murray crashing the last word with Lawrence O'Donnell last night. Earlier in the evening, Francis and I want that
we
re-racked.
have to see that.
Yeah,
again.
Earlier in the evening, Murray helped close out David Letterman's late-night run with a sweet appearance on The Late Show, and the actor made quite an entrance, popping out of a cake, embracing Letterman, and wiping some of that goodbye Dave cake.
Okay, so this we're going to wait for. Here, wait for it. There he is.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, crashing out of the cake.
His whole night was just crashing all over the place.
Yes, and then a huge bear hug there for Dave.
And then they proceed to sit down, do some shots there, both of them.
Yeah.
But you know what? If there's any time you're going to do that, it's going to be with David Letterman on his last
Oh, look at that suit. It's all messed up. His hair's all banged up. We'll remind you that Bill Murray was Letterman's first guest ever back in 1982. Tonight, Letterman takes the stage for one more final hour. And hopefully, Francis, we can get that re-racked tape of Bill Murray.
Look at that shot, though.
Because he bounced off the chair.
Look at all these people waiting outside the Ed Sullivan Theater, just a few avenues away. They're waiting all day just for a glimpse of the late-night host who made us laugh for more than 30 years.
Tomorrow is our final show, but no, wait a minute. Unless it rains, then there'll be a rain delay. We'll make it up in a doubleheader around Labor Day.
Okay. So joining us right now is Jay Thomas. He's the host of the Jay Thomas Show on Sirius XM Radio. He's an actor and a comedian, and we've loved Jay for years. He was an annual guest on The Late Show during the Christmas season, and he is, yes, standing outside of the Late Show Theater right now. And Jay, you've been a friend of Dave's since you did stand-up decades ago. What do you think about him signing off tonight?
Yeah. 1 second. 1 second.
Do you have an itch?
Let the crowd die down. Let them die down. These poor fools think that I'm on the show tonight. I'm here to tell you I'm not on the show, and I'm horrified by this. So I came to sort of crash it. But I think the guy leaves with a king's ransom. He can do whatever he wants to do. He has all his facilities. He ought to be happy. He ought to be happy. But he doesn't look happy. But he ought to be ecstatic.
Yeah, he also said something
just financially, he ought to be ecstatic. I'd be ecstatic.
Exactly. He's got to go through some kind of shock after, you know, waking up tomorrow, not having the daily grind to go through, not going to the studio, not rehearsing. And I'm sure that's probably, I mean, the Letterman that you know, is that when it's going to sink in, saying, wow, this is done. This is over.
Here is the shock that all of us have when we're out of work, which I've been out of work more than David Letterman. You wake up the next day, you have to take out the garbage and drive your brats to school. That is the shock that he's going to have. He's going to have to go to the carpool. He wants to deal with his son. Carpool, go to the PTA meetings and all of that. This guy will be back in television in 12 weeks. 12 weeks.
All right, the countdown
There's nothing
clock.
more horrifying than being at home with your family.
The countdown clock, Jay, will start right now based on what you say. But what do you think his legacy is? What's he going to be most remembered for?
You know what? I mean this. I mean it. We all know this. As soon as you're home, you know, you want to be back doing something because it's boring there at the house. I think Letterman probably will come back and do some more serious interviews and get to do something that he really would want to do. I think he's still going to be a broadcaster. That's what I imagine.
And you've also said that we should not really feel sorry for him because he has made a king's fortune not only on this show, but the other shows that he's been executive producer of. So he's doing just fine.
Sure. Yes.
Well, let me ask you this.
He's doing fantastic, and he'll, yeah.
In this building, we've got Jimmy Fallon. Everybody loves, you know, his lip sync challenges, you know, beer pong, all of that. Kimmel is another thing with his tricks with his kids. But then you've got David Letterman. What kind of void is he going to leave when it comes to late night, especially with Kimmel out there and Fallon out there?
Well, David just took over for Johnny Carson, who got old, and David got old, and now these new young guys took over. And I can't wait till Jimmy Fallon is 68 and Kimmel's 68, and those old wrinkled guys will be leaving and some new young people will come. It's just you know, you get old and you die. That's it.
It's a circle of
What do you
life.
think happens?
Wow.
You too.
Late
You're going to
night.
get old, and a new young blonde is going to come in, and a new skinny guy, and then you're going to be old. You
Wow.
leave.
He called you blonde and me
But,
skinny.
you know,
Jay, you don't have a monitor. Obviously,
let's
Jay,
hear
you
it
don't
for
have a
being
monitor.
old and yeah. Well,
But you
they
have
all agree.
fans. You have
You get
fans.
old and it's over.
I know.
You
Death and taxes.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that we're
Well,
promised.
I brought these people, and they're getting gifts actually for doing that. No, you know, it's like, I really think you should look at it as exciting. And he had a great career.
Oh, yeah.
And the new guys are terrific. And Carson was great. I mean, think of, you know, when Joey Bishop had a talk show and Joan Rivers, they were all funny too. So, you know, it's movement, you know, it's
But
movement.
he paved the way, certainly paved the way.
Jay
And
Thomas,
I'm taking
thank you.
these steroids. I'm doing a lot of steroids.
You look
and
great.
things,
And now you've got
I
cars
know,
honking
that's
for
my
you.
cab.
Yeah.
So I got everything.
We appreciate your
happening,
time
yeah.
and also all the fans that you brought out there, plus the car honking. Jay Thomas, it's nice to see you, sir. Thanks.
Well, thank you very much. This is great, and a lot of people tell me I look like Al Sharpton, so they're going to think Al is up here.
Well, there you go. Jay is Al. You're
You know,
blonde. You're
we have
skinny,
that
and I'm
same
I'm
blonde.
skinny, you're
that wrinkled
blonde, yes.
head.
And we're all gonna
Al
get our eyes
Sharpton, wrinkled
examined.
head.